You think Kate's feelings get in her way?
Watch her reaction when you ask for the musket, then tell me I'm wrong.
Don't you have business elsewhere? Go, save us all from the beast. Go do my sister's char work.
I need a musket. Thick-skin said I should have yours.
Next up we have Banish's Ghosts of New Eden. This is also a narrative-driven action-adventure from Don't Nod and Focus Entertainment. Don't Nod, in case you don't know, are the same developers of Life is Strange series. Their new game over here is said to have taken inspiration from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a little bit of Bloodborne, and even Vampire, which is from the same folks. You see, Banish's was actually announced earlier this year with a vague window. The game is now actually releasing November 7 this year for PCs and the next generation of consoles only.
Not even the younglings survived.
What could have done this?
Let's make this quick. You're no.
That was a little closer than I would have liked.
That howl, like many souls screaming as one.
Come out, wherever you are. Come on, show yourself.
Red.
It's behind me, isn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. Every bloody time. Surely too big to be a wolf.
It's a scourge, all right. Anger shaped to kill.
We wish you no harm. We know all about the wolf whistles. The whistles Thick-Skin gave you. Oh, shite!
Now you're ours.
The fugitive encountered hope. Move to apprehend.
Kate runs outside.
That Imperial announcement wouldn't be about you, would it?
Could be.
Previously rumored to be years off, now coming out for PCs in the next generation of consoles only, mid to late 2024. Number 9, we have the one open world Star Wars game with a whole new direction for the series, Star Wars Outlaw. Now, we already know there's like almost 12 new Star Wars games in the making, but this one easily takes the cake as Ubisoft, Lucasfilms, and even Disney are partnering up for the project. Take a look.
The ship lifts off, coasting clear of the landing pad before accelerating in an upward trajectory into the cloudy blue sky. The ship passes into a cloud, the thrusters glowing through the surrounding haze as the craft ascends. The haze clears as they leave the atmosphere. They arrive near disabled ships and floating debris. Text reads, Toshara Orbit, Toshara System.
Are we good?
Nothing on the sensors.
Yet.
Suddenly, firing ships close in on them.
Anybody on the sensors now?
TIE fighters on us.
Near the wreckage of a ship, Kay fires back.
Got one.
I feel inclined to remind you that we should shake the Empire. Quickly.
Thanks, I'm working on it.
Kay flies through a hole in a giant piece of the disabled ship, emerging in a thick debris field. Another ship fires on them. Kay accelerates between two halves of another large piece of wreckage for cover. As her ship coasts back into the open, an enemy vessel appears out of hyperspace.
ND, get us out of here.
Stealing hyperdrive.
Kay's ship barrel rolls to the side to avoid a blast.
Let's jump.
We will assist in the defense.
Very good, my lord.
Numbers are endless. You will see it, Doctor. I hope you're keeping score, brother. Oh, I am.
On the other hand, we've got Focus Entertainment's latest game, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, which if you didn't know, these are also the same folks who previously made the Plague Tale and the action game Evil West that came out last year. Space Marine is both an action-packed first-person shooter, FPS experience reminiscent of Gears of Wars, and a classic adventure in pace. It's coming after 12 whole years of anticipation since the original game for PCs in the next generation of consoles only by the end of the year.
Reload.
Intelligence reports multiple swarms closing in.
Direct us to them.
Sending coordinates to your Auspex display.
When threats draw near, then let us take the advantage and destroy them. Reload! Changing magazine. Assist where possible, but do not linger. The targeting system is our priority. Yes, my lord. Stop it! Need to reload.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is an exciting open-world action-adventure experience. When playing it on PC, you'll enjoy state-of-the-art features that will immerse you in the wonders and dangers of Pandora.
Number one, I believe it's one of the greatest things you're gonna hear today, probably, is after like a whole year of no news, Ubisoft went on and announced Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora will now be coming out December 7th this year. That is gonna be coming to PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X only. Anyway, to kick the hype up a couple notches, these French folks and AMD released some finished in-game footage showcasing the open world, a massive amount of it, as well as all new engine technologies they're going to be using to make the game smooth on most computers. Check it out.
Between visual quality and performance, the game can handle most resolutions and aspect ratios. Even ultra-wide screens are high-resolution multi-monitor setups.
We must bring the fight to them.
Players can enjoy a smooth experience, stable FPS, and low latency in all resolutions. They can even expect a higher frame rate with the right settings and the latest hardware. The game takes advantage of high core count processors, as it has been optimized to perform on lower specs and high-end PCs alike. With its many other options and features implemented, AMD and Ubisoft are pushing the envelope of technical and visual quality in gaming. The fight for Pandora has never been so captivating. Immerse yourself in...
If you miss out on Gamescom somehow, Paralabiz went on and finally re-revealed Crimson Desert, one of the god-tier MMORPG or action RPGs we had eyes on for like 2 years already, which then was followed with an even bigger reveal last year. Anyway, if you're waiting on this thing like we did, we got a rather lengthy new look at in-game options, somehow looking like the new Zelda game, if you know what I mean. On top of that, a release window of late 2023 for PCs and the both generation of consoles except Switch. Number 5, we have Soulframe, like about 30 more minutes of legit 4K 60fps PlayStation 5 gameplay from only days ago, coming from the same dude who created directed Warframe. If you're new, however, this is a fantasy MMO or action RPG, obviously free-to-play game, but the two have pretty much nothing in common except the gameplay elements, some of them. Check it out. This game takes place on a single large open world heavily influenced by nature, a lot of exploration, and some Japanese fantasy.
landed. Make your preparations.
And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person.
You probably know this already, but for a little bit of a heads up, I guess. You see, Starfield releases fully in about 6 days for everybody. And if you pre-order this premium version now, you can have access to the full game starting tomorrow. That's basically like 5 days early access on platforms, with all progresses and eventually ported to the official release. And the price is going to be $70 to $100, and there's a day one expansion to boot as well. Check it out. Accompany the great news, we got this.
Boost packs are excellent for getting around, and for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments.
Now look guys, coming up behind that we have The Grass of Genesis. This is a survival style action cinematic adventure, quite a bit inspired by the Tomb Raiders, or as people has been calling it lately, John Wick and Lara Croft's little girl, which also happens to be in the making for over 4 years already. This game is now coming to PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X at some point, and following year, and I'm not really sure if it's legit, recently its developers partner up with Sony? I don't know.
希望升降机还能工作。
太好了，还能工作。
PUA
在这儿呢，抓住他！
守住升降机。
师嫂，关闭升降机，别让他跑了。
升降机。
There you are.
Don't let him escape!
About a week ago, on the other hand, if you missed it, we got an update on Assassin's Creed Mirage. Apparently the game is now indeed coming to PCs and to both generation of consoles, October 5 this year, and it'll eventually have an actual fully Arabic voiceover in addition to some other ones. That was just for my Middle Eastern folks. Anyway, it's quite history accurate, based off of Baghdad's atmosphere all the way back around 9th to 10th century. We didn't just got wars, we got a new trailer for it and some more in-game footage. Take a look.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I am glad you are safe.
Alhamdulillah. A first of many achievements to come, Basim.
We should only hope. There's still much work to do.
This is the place. What do you see, Enkidu? Let us reconsider the approach. Act as usual.
That guard who likes me said she and Ali's followers are trying to overthrow the prince.
What madness! They will surely fail.
Shit! What? Shit, the bastards! What? Hey! Die now! Hey!
The sky is safe, my friend. Survey the area, Enkidu.
Number 3, we have Alan Wake 2, and who would have thought? It's actually releasing October 27 this year, that is on PCs and the next generation of consoles only. Hopefully a few months later after release on past generation of consoles and cloud service for Switch. However, Remedy released like a good 10 minutes of new in-game footage with ray tracing, 4K, Lumen, DLSS renders, a bunch of new hardware features, and in case you forgot, Alan Wake itself is an action survival horror, story-heavy narrative.
Hello?
Alan Wake?
Yes.
Do you know who I am?
No? Who is this?
We'll get to that later. There are spies all over. Shadows.
A sense of deja vu washed over me. Had I had this conversation before?
Alan, listen to me carefully. Caldera Street Station, the subway. You need to go there. I'll call you again later. Make sure to pick up.
Do I know you?
Announced around 3 years ago initially, at number 12 we have one of the most anticipated at the same time hidden gems, or rather off-the-radar projects, continuing the Swordman series of games going by the name Love, the story of Zi Yun Lu. It's a Souls-like hack-and-slash RPG that I've mentioned a few times earlier, quite a bit like the upcoming game Black Myth Wukong which you mentioned earlier. It's a PC to PlayStation 5 exclusive, it's now coming to other consoles too, and said to be coming out sometime next year.